Can you see the cards? So I want you to try to think of one card from inside. Not this one, but look closely, try to see one.
He weighed in at 15 stone, 12 pounds, with a record of 6 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. He has 4 wins coming by way of knockout. They call him the Power from the Tower. Introducing Craig Bowen Price. And his opponent across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner in this 8th-round attraction. He is wearing black trunks with gold trim, hailing from Brixton in London, England. His weight 18 stone, 6 3/4 pounds. His fine record stands at 19 wins, only 1 defeat, with 15 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Commonwealth Heavyweight Champion, introducing the hard-hitting Danny Williams. And our referee in charge of this bout is Al Hutchian, now to give instructions. 8 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Well, Danny Williams may be a heavyweight just waiting to happen. Always interesting to see him in action.
Contest. Keep your punches up and watch your heads. Now listen to me when I say break. I want you to step back cleanly. Now listen, instructions to his body to protect yourself at all times. So let's have a good one. Shake hands.
Craig Bowen Price is the opponent here. Domestic opposition for Williams. It's getting very near the time when they have to make a big move with him, though, and he needs to look impressive here, Glenn.
Yes, he does. He just needs a very good performance. He needs to look a little bit more in a hurry than he has in the past. That's something that's been just missing from him.
Very religious man. You saw that silent prayer just before the start of this 8th-rounder. Williams, who's only lost once in 20 fights so far, but he failed his biggest test against Julius Francis, who outworked him that night in a British heavyweight championship fight. Bowen Price, who calls himself these days the Power from the Tower from Blackpool. And this is a big opportunity for him to make a real dent at top domestic level. Williams weighing a whacking 18 stone, 6 3/4 pounds, his 2nd heaviest ever.
Bowen Price has started pretty confidently, bringing in long left hand straight through the middle, and he's managed to catch Williams a couple of times early in this round.
Good positive start this from Bowen Price, who's had something of a stop-start career, a late starter in the business at 27 years of age. Looks as if he's really prepared very well for this. He might have speed on his side here, weighing 2.5 stone less than Williams, who frankly looks to be carrying a bit of condition around the middle at this weight. Williams was pretty lackluster last time out in Germany against old foe Michael Murray. It went the full 6 rounds. He looked bored that night, didn't he, Glenn?
Well, he looks very cold starting the beginning here. He's not getting his punches off. A couple of body punches went in, but not a great deal else from Williams.
He's underachieved, really, so far, Danny Williams. The word is that all his best work has been in the gym. He's had something of a self-confidence problem. And he's slow out of the blocks here. Bowen Price sinking in a good left to the body and taking the fight to Williams in an interesting opening round.
Well, it's a poor first round for Danny Williams, really not getting off with his punches, getting caught quite a lot, very straight up. And a curious start.
Oh, great right uppercut, though. Didn't quite land flush. Then a good left hook from Williams. It seems as if something has to happen to spur him into action. Now he's getting mean, and he's got Bowen Price on the floor. That's what he can do. Left hand. And Bowen Price, who dominated, I don't think he's going to make this, is he? No, he's counted out in the very first round. And until that cluster of violent punches from Danny Williams, that didn't look on the cards, but suddenly he spurred into action, and that was it. And there, in a way, was Danny Williams' whole career condensed into a single round for you.
He did. He really showed you the good and the bad of Danny Williams. And one, you know, for the most part of the round, he was very poor, getting hit too much, looked, you know, lazy as if he couldn't get warmed up. And then in the start, you know, he just starts throwing punches, looks very good, classy shots go in. and you know, he knocks Bone Price out, and that's exactly what Danny Williams can do.
Williams, who may be Britain's heavyweight hope for the post-Lennox Lewis era. We hope so, but he needs to prove plenty more yet.
Well, there's just where he started to put his punches together. There's a nice right hand, right uppercut. And then he just starts to let the shots go. Some big punches went in, really did hurt Bone Price, who really shook up when he went down on the canvas.
18.5 stone behind those shots, and Bowen Price sinks to his third defeat. And he was beaten in a round by Bruno Foster a couple of fights ago. There might be a bit of a doubt about his chin. But it's time to move Danny Williams forward now, isn't it? They can't muck about with him any longer. He's good as he's going to be, just about. They might as well let him loose with somebody on the fringe of the top 20 now.
Well, he's got power, and I think they're just holding him back. They need really to see what he's going to do. I think it's got to be almost become now or never time for Danny Williams. He needs to move forward, and I think it's now he needs to do it.
There can be no more mark time fights. Let him off the leash, we say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 13 seconds in round number 1. Our referee in charge, Al Hutchins, stops the contest as he reaches the count of 10. The winner by way of knockout is the Commonwealth heavyweight champion, the hard-hitting Danny Williams.
Here's Williams at ringside.
Danny, you got it over with in a round. It looked like you just suddenly sprung to life there, as if you got fed up with him taking the fight to you.
Yeah, that was basically it. First of all praise is due to the Most High for the victory. But you know what? I won, but I need to step on now because I'm in danger of losing. If I keep fighting these type of people, I'm in danger of losing because there's no buzz in me to fight these guys. I want to win the British and move on now because, you know what I mean? I haven't got the edge, you know, I just don't feel like I've got the fire to fight these guys.
So you're lacking motivation at this kind of level. I know you've got to fight Michael Holden for the British title. Who would you like to fight at world level? What kind of guys would you have in mind?
Well, Ross Purity beat Klitschko. I'd like to get a win over him. You know, just basically anyone who's got a name. You know, I just want to fight some names now. I've been to America, sparred with Oldberg, Maskaev. I know I'm world class, but I need to fight world class. I always fight to my level of my opponent. I need to fight someone good to look good.
Say somebody said next British fight for Tyson, or next European fight, Danny Williams. Would you fancy that?
I would fancy it, but realistically, I'd like a few more fights. I'd like a few more fights at the top level, because you can't go from fighting Greg Bowen Price to Mike Tyson. I'd like a few more fights.
Okay, well done. We look forward to seeing you let off the leash. Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Hardly even out of breath, was he? I don't know, it made perfect sense to me, Julius, but I'm not a heavyweight, you are. What did you make of what he said?
Well, it's right, what he's saying. He does need to step up in class and step up in opponents. As we've seen there, Danny is a very powerful guy. He's a very powerful puncher. And, you know, like he says, he wants to get let off the leash. And against opponents like that, he is in danger of losing because he lacks motivation.
Do you like him that heavy, Jim?
I don't like him that heavy. I think what he needs actually is confidence. He has talent, he has power, but I think he lacks confidence. And I think what he needs now is a couple of names on his record just to give him that confidence. It's pointless keeping him at this level any longer. He's not ready to get rushed up to world level because he doesn't have the confidence to back up his ability. A couple of names, you know, good heavyweights or maybe a little bit past their best. He needs a couple of those, then march him forward. Yeah. But not a lot of time to waste now.
Barry, anything wrong with the finish tonight?
No, the finish was fine. The finish was fine, but I think overall he needs to consider how he prepares for these fights. I mean, the left hook was what started this all off. Tremendous short left hook. We know he can punch, that's the point. We know he's got devastating power, but he did look sluggish. He looks 10 to 12 pounds too heavy. He's got to be sharper, and the attitude that, you know, that I can't get up for these fights, he's got to be able to get up for them. He's a professional fighter. You've got to have the right sort of assertive attitude and be able to punch like this, but don't take 2 minutes before you start. He can't take chances like that against a guy who is a world-class opponent like what we're talking about.
At world level, you don't get 2 minutes to warm up.
Exactly.
2 minutes, the fight's all over. And he's far too heavy, as Barry says. You can tell. See, sometimes the trouble with the heavyweight division, they don't have the discipline of the scales. There is no weight limit. They can do what they like. And they imagine in their minds they've got a good weight. heavyweights should have the discipline of the scale. They should pick a weight that they're best at and stick to that weight.
Psychologically, that's what it's got to be. You've got to stick at that weight. Look at Tyson, for example. Throughout his career, he's weighed the same.
Just a moment or two here to show you Steve Murray's appearance in Glasgow, the lightweight prospect, 12 straight wins, looking to keep the run going against Nono Junior, who himself had done pretty well early in his pro career. No time for a slip-up this for Murray.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. At this time, we present a lightweight special attraction scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing red trunks with black trim. He is fighting out of Hayes, England, by way of Kosovo. His weight, 9 stone, 11 3/4 pounds. With a record of 4 wins, 1 loss, he has 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Nono Junior. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 6-round attraction. He enters the ring wearing white trunks with gold trim and fighting out of Harlow, England. His weight, 9 stone, 12 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 12 wins, no losses. 9 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Steve Murray. Once again, Al Hutchian is our referee in charge now to give instructions. 6 rounds of boxing schedule.
Steve, both know the rules. Let's have a good clean contest. Keep your punches up, watch your heads inside. And I say, Bray, I want you to step back cleanly. My last instruction, boys, protect yourselves at all times. And good luck. Let's have a good one.
Steve Murray, pretty exciting lightweight, knockout specialist. In fact, he's done that 9 times in 12 straight wins, hurtling up the British rankings at the moment. He might be something. The big tests, of course, lie ahead for him in here with Nono Junior, that name he's adopted from his father. He's a southpaw, as you can see, a Kosovan refugee who is boxing out of Hayes in Middlesex. He is the one in the red trunks, Murray, from Harlow in Essex, where they're very proud of him. He gets a lot of publicity in those parts already, so goodness knows what would happen around there if he became a champion. Looking to improve all the time, looking to step up his skills and improve his defense. We know he can hit a bit.
Yes, he's very good when he's on the attack, as you say, and just has to tighten his defense a little bit. So we're just looking to see how he's improving his boxing skills and how he's improving defensively.
Junior has won 4 out of 5 so far. He's tagged by a biggish looking right hand from Murray. Good jabs though from Junior. 3 times the Kosovan champion he was before coming to Britain as a refugee. Says he doesn't know whether he'll be going back. Pretty handy with that jab already.
Yes, he's getting the southpaw jab off pretty smartly, and that's something that Murray has to try and avoid. Good body shot going in from Murray there.
That's the trademark shot of Steve Murray, the left hook, both to body and chin. He keeps digging that in at every opportunity as well. Can Junior keep him away? He's certainly looking to make a bit of an argument with it in this opening round, not letting Murray dominate him totally, but can he keep him away?
Well, just by the style of Murray, he makes his opponents fight. You know, they've got to fight him because, you know, he puts on the pressure straight away.
To use the well-worn cliche, he is a crowd pleaser. Describes him quite well, though. Just occasionally coming in straight lines and being picked off by the jab, which may mean he needs a bit more head movement. It happened again there. Just getting little reminders on a low blow with the right hand from Junior.
I think the problem for him is he's always right in front of his opponent, so he is obviously easier to hit, but he is trying to bring in some good head movement and, you know, keep his upper half of his body moving.
Certainly no feeling out session here in the opening round. Junior starting to get marked up around the face. It's good action between these two. Another good right hand, two of them in fact from Murray, and Junior just had to give way a little on those ropes. He needs to get out of there really.
Well, it was a good start from Steve Murray. Right hand landed there, that just staggered Junior. Junior was cagey and was fighting back as much as he could, but it was a very good start from Murray.
Early part of the night here, a night which culminates in Mike Tyson against Lou Savarese. Steve Murray, the rising British lightweight hopeful in the white trunks, the tree surgeon from Harlow in Essex, where they do a lot of journalist training as well. Got a lot to answer for.
Having good success with that, the right hand, Murray. Doesn't have to show it too much. Keep that jab working.
Good right hand from Murray, just having to take a few on the way in himself. Just a little sign of Junior slipping on the canvas there. It definitely isn't raining at the moment. In fact, there's a bit of blue sky up above us as another right hand thuds in from Murray, who is that kind of puncher who's prepared to take 2 to land 5, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I think with the style that he has, that's something that he's always going to have to do, and he is trying to, you know, use his defense, block the punches, and also a lot of upper body movement.
Doesn't make for great longevity, mind you. Don't really want to be getting hit too much in the formative stages of your career, or at any other stage, come to think of it. This is good work here from Junior.
Well, he is having some success. Murray is making him fight and bringing the best out of Junior.
Looks quite a hard, rugged customer, managed by Dave Caravan. A little left uppercut on the inside too from Junior. Stopped Phil Lashley in a couple of rounds last time out.
Really trying to plant the feet and get some power in that right hand, Murray.
But just fighting with his face a little at times, isn't he? Getting marked up around the face, Junior. 1 or 2 nicks appearing by the left eye. That's a good right hand from Murray. But no sign yet of this tough man from Kosovo going down. He wants this pretty badly, doesn't he?
He does, and this is a good round with Junior, putting up some stern resistance here.
He's giving Murray a much tougher test than most of his opponents so far. Mind you, Murray did beat a big light welterweight in Wahid Fats in 3 rounds last time. Had to work for that one, as long as it lasted too.
This is a rugged, tough fight, and Murray just scraping it for me, but he gave up some good opposition, Junior.
Yeah, he really is. There's Steve Murray with, well, you saw Jimmy Tibbs and Frank Black in the corner. There they are. Frank Black's the one with the white hair, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
They were the team of the Terry Lawless years with the world champions in the Royal Oak Gym at Canning Town in years gone by. Gone their separate ways since then. Just like to see Murray improve his defense a bit, wouldn't you?
Yes, it's difficult in the style that he fights to do that, because he is very much a pressure fighter, but you know what they can do is just get him to, you know, take steps to the sides, get a step out, just take a little breather before you attack, you know, just change it up.
Junior's throwing more punches and has landed nearly as many so far on the computer. It's pretty close, that second round. No Junior in the red trunks. And Steve Murray, one of promoter Frank Warren's big hopefuls. swelling underneath the right eye now for Junior. Can he sustain this level of intensity and commitment? Murray, left hooks to body, right hands to head. Punching in combinations well. There's definitely some good raw material there, isn't there, with Steve Murray?
Very much so, and I'm sure Jimmy Tibbs is the right sort of trainer to bring it out. He's coming along quite well. He is an exciting fighter, Murray. Very good as an amateur with some notable victories to his name.
Been boxing since he was 10 years old. Having to take a lot of shots, Junior, but showing very good resilience thus far. Murray must be starting to think, what more have I got to do to start to move this guy?
But that's when it gets hard, even though he is a pressure fighter. When you keep hitting somebody and they take the shots, they stay there, they start throwing them back, it gets a little bit dispiriting.
Another prospect, the Scot Barry Hughes, stopped this fellow Junior in 1 round, so he can be got out of there quite quickly, but Murray isn't managing to do that at the moment.
And now he's trying to take the fight to Murray, and his good left uppercut from Junior thrown in there.
Good uppercut again, and he's looking for that shot in particular. Had to take a hard, jolting right from Murray.
Well, this one really is a wearing sort of fight. This is a tough one. Just a 6th rounder, but this has taken an awful lot out of both fighters.
That left eye is getting worse. In fact, his face is a mess now, Junior. But goodness me. He is really digging very, very deep, and here we are just on the undercard here. There's no championship on the line here, just the pride and careers of these hopeful pros. As we've remarked once or twice before, and as you well know, Glenn, it's a tough way to make a living.
Yes, it really is, and just showing by the face of Junior there, he really is a bit of a mess. Bad cut on above the left eye. It's in a bad place. But he's took some heavy shots in this fight. He's certainly got a lot of spirit. Come back with some good uppercuts in that round, but then Murray came back with more hurtful right hands. There's another one of those uppercuts. He had a couple of good successes, Junior.
But he's certainly trying to meet fire with fire here. In that round there, good success rate, 50% success rate for Steve Murray, just the 13 landed by Junior. But I'm impressed with him. He's got a good attitude, hasn't he?
Very good, very tough.
4th round, due to go 6 this. Murray in the white trunks, defending his 100% record so far as a professional. Learning things all the time. Having to take as many as he was giving in that exchange, though.
Well, Murray's had to throw a lot of punches. It'll be interesting to see if he starts feeling it, starts to tire, what Junior can do then.
Good combinations from Steve Murray.
That's what he needs to really try and find, a barrage of punches. He's pretty tough, Junior, and 1 or 2 he's taken, but if Murray can just try and land with a good combination and keep the punches flowing.
He's going to stop the fight. He says he's taken enough. He's had a look at him, and the eye damage has got worse as well, and the fight is off in the 4th round. It's another stoppage one, a victory that for Steve Murray. The end coming out of the blue, really, but his face was a mess, Junior. He put up a splendid resistance for as long as it lasted, but Murray was hitting him and hurting him and damaging him as well. But I'd have to say too, Glenn, that I'm a little worried to see Murray taking so many punches when he's fighting novice pros like this.
Well, I think that's what we've said all along, that he does have to take a few punches when he comes in, and that's a worry. But, you know, something he's got to live with. They've got to try and just get his hands up a little bit more for me. He moves his head quite well, but maybe just get those hands higher.
He's usually in very good scraps, though, Steve Murray, and I'm sure he'll continue to be so. In this instance, fight number 13 definitely wasn't unlucky for him.
Well, he's an exciting fighter. He's good to watch. The crowd always like him. And Junior put up, you know, tough resistance. He was a good fighter who was very strong and courageous, but it was just a bit too much. And I think them facial injuries were pretty bad. It's just the 6th round, and the referee, you know, just saving him from any more punishment, which I think was a wise decision.
Yeah, compassionate decision by the referee. Murray, 13-0, as I say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time 1 minute 4 seconds in round number 4. Our referee in charge, Al Hutchins, stops the contest, and the winner and still undefeated, Steve Murray.
13-0, yes, and 10 by stoppage for Murray. You knew a little bit about this lightweight division, former world champion Jim. What's your thought about how this young man is progressing?
I like everything he's doing, apart from the fact he's taking too many shots. I think immediately he has to start working on the finer points of the game. Instead of bursting through opponents' defences, he has to use a little bit of guile, try and open people up, show little feints, force people into making mistakes. But he just heads on in, totally committed to attack. And at this stage, before they start moving up in class, he's going to have to get out of those habits.
Host of the best young British prospects in action here, including Michael Gomez, the reigning British super featherweight champion, warming up for a title defence in a couple of weeks' time with a job here in Glasgow against Carl Allen. It's Jim and Adam for commentary again.
Seconds out, round 1.
British boxing's young fighter of the year, Michael Gomez, here in the black trunks, having a little tune-up before the defence of his British super featherweight title scheduled in only 14 days' time. A touch risky, Jim, despite being against average journeyman Carl Allen.
Yeah, but I think that again illustrates how keen people are to be on the Mike Tyson bill. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, nobody would think about fighting so close to a title fight. I mean, a clash of heads, an elbow, anything could cause an injury in that fight. So, but as I say, everybody wants to be on this bill.
It's Gomez's second appearance on a Tyson undercard. He was there in January in Manchester when he stopped Chris Jickles in the 4th round, put him down a number of times. It's been a fantastic year from the man who was born in a car. An unbelievable story. And this fight he's dedicating to his father, who has liver cancer but is out of hospital and is watching at home. Hello to you, Mr. Gomez. Pretty quiet start to his professional career, Gomez. He lost 3 early doors, but he's been unbeaten in his last 15. How much has he impressed you?
Well, I say, little Barry McGuigan has always had a good word to say about Michael, and I have to say, every appearance I see, he's getting a little bit better. And I have to say, my own opinion of him is really soaring now. He's full of the business, he tries things out, you know, he's never boring, he's never in a bad fight. His technique is improving with every outing. So who knows just how far this little kid can go.
Absolutely cracking fight he had with Dean Pithy in the first defence of his British title in February. 12 rounds, both fighters were down. Gomez early and Pithy in the 4th. And he broke his left hand in that fight, so needed time out to rest it. Said he wanted this warm-up. He didn't want to go into another 12-round British title fight without having had some rounds under his belt. Good decision?
Well, I don't think it's a good decision. It's not something I would do, or not something I would advise one of my fighters to do. But it shows you the attitude this kid's got. He just loves the business. He just loves getting in there and getting on with it. And he's obviously taken his title defence seriously. He wants to be in perfect shape. But for me, it's a, it's a risk I would not even consider taking.
Another risk is it's absolutely pouring here at Hampden Park. And maybe that canvas could become slippy. Gomez starting to work out Carl Allen as he backs him up into the corner. Good first round. And a little nod of appreciation between the two. Well, there's Brian Hughes with him, the man who has been so influential in Michael Gomez's career. Still only 23. Difficult to really believe that. He has had such an interesting career so far, really. And he's turned around from becoming an average 6-round fighter to a good British champion.
And that was typical of Gomez's style. Just get close, keep the chin nice and low, and just keep the punches pumping. Good variety, body, head, switching, straight punches, hooks, short, long. Yep, just a little bit of everything. That was a good first round.
Almost 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Second of 8 in the super featherweight division, 9 stone 4. On the left of your screens, the current British champion in the long black trunks with Gomez on them. Well, his favourite boxer, Wilfredo Gomez. This is Michael up against Wolverhampton's Carl Allen, 30 years of age. He's a pretty solid journeyman who's won 13, and he's mixed in good company. Knows how to look after himself. The better fighters tend to stop him. He'll do well to last the 8 with Gomez.
See, what would worry me is just Gomez's style of fighting. He's always up close, he's always in your face, and he's just there for clashes of heads. I mean, there's no danger really of him losing this fight on form. I mean, the form book obviously really in his favour, but you're just worried about elbows, clashes of heads, anything. Again, full credit for him taking this fight, but I would never have even considered it.
There was a little nick on his nose, Gomez, from that opening round when he turned southpaw. I noticed he got caught by a little right hand. And as you can see, the rain really is streaming down, but they are under cover, so the canvas should be unaffected at the moment.
I think the rain's not so bad as long as the wind doesn't pick up, because then it's going to blow the rain under the canopy. Then we've got some problems. Don't let's even think about a postponement of the major fights on the bill.
I was having a chat at the weigh-in with Michael Gomez, and he said he's been doing a lot of sparring with Anthony Farnell, even Robin Reed. And is in good shape and just couldn't wait to get back in there. He loves fighting, doesn't he? It's good to see. Yeah,
it's good to see, but I mean, I don't know if this is Michael's idea or his handlers. I can't assume it'd be their idea to come in here. But even the type of fight we're seeing, he's up close all the while. He's not just using it as a warm-up, like a sparring session. He's getting really, you know, declaring war on Allen.
And he has that defence of the British title on July the 8th. Against Carl Greaves, as Carl Allen just drops down.
A little body shot, yeah, a good little shot, just took all the wind away from him.
He takes the 8 count. He doesn't want to know anymore, Carl Allen. Well, that's disappointing from the Wolverhampton journeyman, and Michael Gomez notches up his 20th win in 23 fights, and thankfully comes out unscathed and able to defend against Carl Greaves in Warrington in a couple of weeks' time. Strange one, that.
Yeah, the body shot is very good, and I think Allen knew he had no success whatsoever in the first round. It was one-way traffic all the way, and he can feel better than we can see the strength of Gomez. Just pressure all the while and bang right into the ribs there where there was no muscle to take the brunt of the shots, and just kept pouring them in. 3 good solid body shots, and the head shot was just a little icing on the cake. But that time, I think Carl Allen's heart was broken.
As I said, the better fighters tend to stop him. Floyd Havard did it in 3 rounds, Paul Griffin in 3. And Michael Gomez has managed it in 2.
See that? Now that was a good shot. The left one, that really took everything out of Allen. That was a lovely punch. Bang on the rib cage. There it goes, bang, that was a beauty. You can see the face distorting that little bit. That just took everything out of Carl Allen.
Absolutely perfect little shot. One that his most recent opponent, Dean Pithey, occasionally falls to, the little body blow. And Michael Gomez, the British champion, comes through nicely.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 24 seconds of the second round, Carl Allen failing to beat the referee's count of 10. The winner by count out, Manchester's Michael Gomez. And an appreciative hand, please, for Carl Allen.
One more big fight at cruiserweight here in Glasgow. The vacant Commonwealth cruiserweight title up for grabs. Bruce Scott, a previous holder of this crown, trying to regain it. And the opponent from Australia, Adam Watt. Not a lot known about him, but we did know he had a reputation as a puncher. Jim Watt joining Adam Smith for commentary.
Second out, round one.
Our trade paper boxing news says this will be the fight of the night on such a glamorous bill. The unfashionable but determined, gritty Bruce Scott in the green trunks, attempting to reclaim the cruiserweight 13 stone 8 Commonwealth belt that he never lost inside a ring. The hard-hitting Hackney man must be extremely careful here early on against the explosive but chinny banger Adam Watt from Australia. He boasts a whole host of early wins, yet he has been knocked out himself twice in the opening round. Do not venture too far away from your screens. Could be short and fiery.
Well, Watt seems to use his feet to get himself out of trouble. He steps back high from punches. You can see that already. So that's maybe why he's been caught a couple of times on the chin.
Scott, an aggressive fighter. 16 knockouts in his 22 wins. But he knows nothing about Watt. He just heard he was tall, rangy, and could punch. Never seen a video. It's a big height difference, isn't it?
Yeah, and Watt's already landed a decent left hook just in the first 20 seconds of the fight. So it didn't seem to trouble Scott any, but at least he sampled the power. Maybe he's just decided to do a bit more thinking than punching at the moment.
And again was caught Bruce Scott. Pretty good chin, though. Rugged campaigner. He looks a little fleshy to me. And down goes Scott in the opening round. And there's the power of Adam Watt, the little left hand. And Bruce Scott's in a bit of trouble here. He holds onto the ropes. He shakes his head. And he has trouble getting forward there. The fight goes on. Watt, who's hurt Scott badly, trying to become the first Australian to win the Commonwealth title. Bad moments for Bruce Scott.
Scott is doing the right thing, just grab hold, buy some time. This fellow is a natural puncher. He doesn't even have to wind him up. Again, the left hook doing the damage.
And there goes Scott, and now Adam Watt goes down. Well, what an opener here. We thought this might happen. Both men down inside the first round. And will Scott now go for it? The left hand of Watt. And now Bruce Scott's hurt again, badly. He holds on to Watt. Well, swings and roundabouts.
See, Watt's punching is definitely better than Scott's. I mean, you can see the power. I mean, that was a kind of clubbing shot from Scott that put Watt over. But these are real sharp, well-delivered, powerful shots.
Left hook to the body, and Scott's wobbled again, and he's down for the second time in the round.
I think that'll be a stumble. I don't think he'll count that. That was a stumble.
No knockdown, but two legitimate ones. What an exciting first round here in Hampden Park. Here's the second. Bruce Scott very quick out of his corner in the green trunks, trying to regain the Commonwealth belt that he won in a cracking fight with Darren Corbett. And he vacated it to concentrate on the world level. He lost 2 challenges to Juan Carlos Gomez and Johnny Nelson. Now he's in with Sydney's unpredictable Adam Watt. And again, Watt tries that left hook that had Scott down in the first round.
He looks very well schooled, Watt. You know, everything's nice and controlled. He doesn't do some silly things. Chin a little bit high now and again. told he was a kickboxer at one time. Right. But he certainly mastered the skills in this game.
He was knocked out in a round by the world-class West Indian Wayne Braithwaite and by Valerie Vicor as well. His only 2 defeats in his 15-fight record. Scott a little clumsy as he charges in.
I think that when you've been shaken a couple of times and you're outreached, then obviously you have to start thinking, can't do anything reckless. He's been on the floor, he's been hurt. So he's trying to find a sensible way up close.
He's trying to get inside and unleash his own left hook. But Watt's got a long raking jab, and again wobbles Scott with the same left hand.
See, Scott is reaching with the punches a little bit. He has to get up close. He has to get high defence, get up close and bull this guy a little bit. And let go with short punches. If he reaches with a punch, he's going to be countered.
He doesn't seem to have fully recovered from that early knockdown as he bulls his way forward. Big reach advantage for the Australian. He does occasionally leave himself open, and maybe Scott can find that chink in the armour. But a right uppercut from Watt. And left hand's reining in. He does look as though he carries the power.
Yeah, every clean punch, it seems to be troubling Scott. This fella can definitely punch.
He was saying at the weigh-in how he wants Johnny Nelson. He was looking beyond Bruce Scott to our WBO cruiserweight king, who is ringside tonight. Unsteady on his legs, Bruce Scott. Really unsure of quite how to work out Watt.
So he has to get his feet up close. He's still trying to reach from a distance with his punches, but he's got to get close. That way he's in safe ground. His own defences are tight. But this is an awkward night's work for him. Low punch.
Yeah, a bit low there at the end of a slightly less eventful second round. Doesn't look bad, this Australian. Third round here. Adam Watt, the dangerous man from Sydney in the gold and black trunks, the much taller boxer, 32 years of age, trying to come over to Britain and take back the Commonwealth cruiserweight belt that was once property of the man he's up against, Bruce Scott. London-based Jamaican who came here in '89 and has been a very popular figure around the game.
A nice rhythm too, Watt, the way he lets the punches go. For a big tall fellow, he doesn't exactly look like a natural fighter. A nice little bit of rhythm in those punches then.
Yes, he was a kickboxer, and Scott had much more amateur experience in Jamaica, won silver and gold medals in the Caribbean tournament. And now Scott tries to back Watt up on the ropes, and this is better for the Hackney man. Watt tries to get off the ropes as quickly as possible. And now back Scott up.
Yep, see, he has to get close. He has to get close with a tight defence. You can't reach for this guy, but deep breath here coming from Scott.
Well, it's been quite a pace in the opening 3 rounds. Both trying to land. But Watt having more success in breaking Scott's guard and backing him in that far corner.
He looks a lot more experienced than the amount of fights he's had. I mean, he's just standing off there, giving himself a little bit of room. He's not getting too close to Scott, not letting him getting tied up, so his punching was effective.
It's on paper, Scott should be the far more experienced man, who's fought twice at world level and at Commonwealth and British. Little right hand gets in.
Scott's making him work, which is the good news. We're looking at a long fight here, so maybe eventually he can grind him down a little bit, but no real signs of alarm yet in the Australian.
No signs of alarm, but he's certainly slowed a little bit.
There's the left hook again.
these big hooks. Adam Watt to head and body. And again, Scott just unsteady on his legs.
See, Scott's having to force everything here. He's not getting his timing. He can't catch this fellow. So he's forcing everything he does, burning up energy. And he's looking far more tired than the Australian.
Yes, he just hasn't found his rhythm, but that hurt Watt. And now Scott, can he press home the advantage? The bell goes, he can't. But a little sigh and a breath from Adam Watt will be a good sign for the other corner. Here's the fourth in the cruiserweight division. European and British champion Carl Thompson, who Bruce Scott is after next. But he needs to come through this test with Adam Watt from Sydney in Australia. Scott starting to close the distance down. Both men down in the first. But Scott in more trouble. Left hand from Scott.
Yeah, Scott's getting closer now. The pace is slowing a little bit, so this gives him much more of a chance.
He's closing the range down. It's the sort of fight that Bruce Scott likes, to get in tight. But back comes Watt. Left and right, and down goes Scott again. And he looks hurt as he stumbles on the corner. Frank Black says, take your time. But he's on very hazy legs again. He shakes his head. He's asked to walk forward, but he's hurt, and badly hurt.
Badly hurt. He has not thrown the effects upon. One more clean one. This referee is going to have to step.
Right's coming in, and Adam Watt is surely, yes he is, the new Commonwealth Cruiserweight champion. He just had too much firepower for Bruce Scott in the fourth round. The man from Sydney becomes the first Australian to hold this title. Apollo Sweet of New Zealand once did it. But Adam Watt is the new Commonwealth Cruiserweight champion in a seesaw battle here at Hampden Park.
Well, undercard attractions notwithstanding, we all know the crowd in Glasgow came for one thing, and that was to see Tyson against Savarese, and there wasn't a lot for them to see.
Tyson, who scored 21 first-round victories. Is this going to be another of them, you wonder? Julius Francis said every punch that Tyson threw was like a kick from a horse, and the first one he throws is a left hook that puts Savarese on the floor and looks badly shaken up from it within the first, what was that, 10 or 15 seconds. Is Savarese going to get through this opening round? Oh, another big left. It's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. It's all over. Oh, and he still wants to attack him, and John Coyle is trying to stop the fight, and Tyson fights on. I don't think he understood it. The fight is over. It is stopped. John Coyle just couldn't get in there. Well, he did get in, but Tyson didn't understand it. I believe he's called the fight off here. It's over, and that might be the quickest win of Tyson's career. Previously, it was 30 seconds against Marvis Frazier.
Well, after the events of the preceding few days, it was only appropriate in a sense that Tyson's ring appearance was controversial. And at ringside tonight, Frank Warren, the promoter, who was reportedly in a bust-up with Tyson in the days before the fight. Here's what Warren had to say to our American colleague, Jim Gray.
Let's start it off this way. What's your relationship with Mike Tyson?
I'm promoting his fight tonight.
Did he assault you?
I've made a statement that I'm suing the newspaper concerning the story that was broken by them, which is a Scottish Daily Record. They broke the story, and I'm suing them as a result of that story. We have different libels in here, libel laws, than you do in the States, so I'm suing them over that article.
But that doesn't answer the question, really. Did he assault you? A simple yes or no.
I am answering the question by telling you I'm suing the newspaper that made the allegations that certain things happened that didn't happen.
Did he put his hands on you, or did a member of his party put their hands on you?
I'm suing the newspaper over the allegations that were made in that newspaper. The statement.
That doesn't necessarily mean there may be some nuance in that story that you're claiming is inaccurate. I'm going to the heart of the story and asking you whether or not you deny if, in fact, Mike Tyson at all harmed you in any way, shape, or form, or a member of his party.
I've just given you my answer.
That's not yes or no, Frank.
I'm not answering yes or no. The facts of the matter are that I'm suing the newspaper that printed the story.
Okay, you've been absent all week from the major press conference. and other goings-on regarding this fight? Why?
We had a lot of litigation, as you know, going on in London over jewellery issues from Mike's last visit, and I was expect to spend quite a bit of time with lawyers there because we was in court. We had a hearing, I think it was on Thursday, and then there was a hearing with another people on Friday. So I've been stuck with that and working on that.
Are you responsible for the jewelry, or is Mike?
I am not responsible for the jury.
Then Mike would be.
Well, I'm not.
The plot thickens with Lennox Lewis return to action. It's only 3 weeks away, defending his world heavyweight title against Franz Botha. A special event on Sky Box Office on Saturday, July the 15th. Might be quieter, I suppose, one way and another. My thanks to Barry McGuigan, to Jim Watt, and to Julius Francis. Most of all to you for being with us. You pay your money, you take your choice where Tyson's concerned, but he did come to win, and he did it. Bye for now.
Tyson, who scored 21 first-round victories. Is this going to be another of them, you wonder? Julius Francis said every punch that Tyson threw was like a kick from a horse, and the first one he throws is a left hook that puts Savarese on the floor. It's all over. Oh, and he still wants to attack him, and John Coyle is trying to stop the fight, and Tyson quite said, I don't think he understood it.
I've just had a free digital edition box from Sky.
All I had to do was pay for the installation.
That's why people are switching to digital. Hurry up, get on the train.
To get your free digital dish and box, call 0870 240 2000.
Hello there, Hampden Park, back on the world stage as a major venue for boxing and playing host to just about sport's most controversial figure. World heavyweight titles from Lennox Lewis, but first in Glasgow he needed to do a good job against Lou Savarese. Watched by Julius Francis, Tyson's previous opponent, joining Jim Watt and Barry McGuigan to lead our big fight team. Certainly a big occasion for the staff here at Hampden Park in Glasgow, and they put in a lot of hard work in the days before the fight, but one thing they couldn't control, the elements, and it turned out a pretty rainy night in Glasgow. Still, happily, everything okay in time for the big one. And after all the reported bust-ups behind the scenes in the week of the big fight, Tyson looked relaxed and ready for work as he arrived at Hampden. But with so much turmoil in his private life, it was open to question whether Tyson could produce his best in the ring. Tyson Savarese top of the bill, but big world-class action on the undercard here as well. Best of Judah against Witter and Branco against Reed coming later. But first, after the break, Tyson against Savarese.
The Power of London, July the 15th, Sky Box Office.
For a joining fee of just £50, freeinternet.net members can enjoy 0800 free access and connection to the internet. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. The freeinternet.net. Check it out and sign up now.
Can you see the cards? So I want you to try to think of one card from inside. Not this one, but look closely, try to see one. Did you see one? It might have been too fast, I'll do it again. Try to see one card from inside, not that one. Don't say it, but you have one. Hold it in your mind. I know this is not your card. This is not it, but I want you to visualize your card right here. See it in your mind. See it right here. Magic's one of the oldest art forms that exist. Look, these go right on top, watch. Boom. When I was first getting into magic, I would walk up to people who do magic. Nobody would want to see it. If I get them just right, look, here, I take the deck, here, watch. This is not a trick.
The Peugeot 206 GTI.
Magic, magic, magic.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
It always makes me feel proud when I'm here. It's where my father came. The crowd loved him. And he loved them. This is him, gearing up before the race. Yes, he loved the whole thing. The atmosphere, the smell, the sound of the crowd, even the cues. Here he is, as he made his world record. Never before has someone sold so many hot dogs. They even gave him this. And just for him, I want to see if I can do the same.
Hot dogs! Hot dogs! Hot dogs!
He who drinks Australian thinks Australian.
Not every victory makes the papers. Achieve New Balance.
Hey, let me take your photo. You grab that, love.
Hey, give me your camera. In you get, mate. Oh, you want a digital camera. No film, no developing. So if you dress badly, smile. You can ditch them.
From cameras to clothes, ShopSmart.com helps you find what you want from a range of 1,400 online shops. ShopSmart.com. Stupid not to.
Step out, mate. You're cramping it. There we go. Come on, like a big leopard in the jungle. Ah!
So, what do you think, sir?
I like it, but something's missing.
What's that then, sir?
The logo.
It's on the bit, sir.
That's the badge. No, the logo. Show me the logo. Show me the logo. I need the logo. I need a tyre that's going to give me more. And tyres with the logo last. The road can get wet and slippery. And you know a thing or two about being slippery, don't you? I need grip and tyres with the logo habit. You know, the little fat logo. Show me the logo. I want this car. I want to give you this check, but first...
Show you the logo. Bob, switch these for Michelin.
Okay.
Countless great matches here, so many big occasions in Hampden's history, but never before has Hampden been the venue for a major heavyweight fight. An event that will be watched all over the world. But is Tyson still truly world class? It's been a night of surprises already, but anything can happen now. Tyson against Savarese, the top of the bill, and to call the fighters out, it's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the bout you've all been waiting for. Our heavyweight main event of the evening. Prepare to welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former USBA heavyweight champion, Lou Savarese.
The big Italian-American Lou Savarese, a fighter who's flirted with world class without ever quite making the big breakthrough. But he's 6'5" and 17 stone with, well, according to his publicity blurb anyway, film star looks. This is a fellow who once failed an audition to play Tarzan opposite Bo Derrick's Jane, but he's going for the role as best supporting actor here, opposite Mike Tyson.
Well, he might get a starring role if he can pull off a huge upset here, and I think it would be an upset. But he is a big guy. He is, you know, a class up from what Tyson's been fighting recently. So, you know, this is more of a test for Mike Tyson. And, you know, he's got to use his jab. He's got to use his size. He's got to try and dominate from center ring. But it would be an amazing job if he can pull off the shocker.
He grew up in New York State, where the stories around the dinner table of an Italian-American family were of Rocky Marciano. He's gone on to become a boxer himself, and his record is 39 wins and 3 defeats. He's only been stopped once. That was by David Izon in 5 rounds. He went the distance with Foreman, and in his last fight a year ago, he went the distance with Michael Grant, one of the leading heavyweights in the world, even if he was demolished by Lennox Lewis. Savarese was on the floor twice in the last round of that fight and finished up badly cut. He actually retired, but he's been lured out of that retirement, and he says he's freshened up completely for the rest and comes here with ambition and says he knows the way to beat Mike Tyson.
And now, making his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson.
Let's go.
Mike Tyson comes to Glasgow. In the arena made famous by the likes of Billy Bremner and Jim Baxter and Dennis Law, football stars. Whatever you think of him, Tyson is one of the big sporting stars in the world. It would be wrong to say that Glasgow has welcomed him with open arms, but there's a big crowd at Hampden tonight. The cult of celebrity, you see. The life and times of Tyson, chapter, well, it seems like 474, doesn't it? The story so far, including 2 reigns as world heavyweight champion, 2 marriages, 2 jail terms, 3 comebacks, and a ban for his fight of the century against Evander Holyfield. Now read on. What can we expect tonight, Glenn?
Well, you're looking to see some improvement from his last performance, to see that jab working, to get the speed, the intensity, to see that he's still in love with the game. That's what we want to see from Mike Tyson. You know, he's talking, and the talk is of a fight with Lennox Lewis, which would be massive, but we want to see the improvement that would bring about such a fight.
We saw signs of the old Tyson as he put Julius Francis down 5 times in Manchester in January. What will he do to lose Savarese? After a week where we've also seen some of the old Tyson after the charm offensive of Manchester, the stories of the fracas with Frank Warren, about which I'm sure we will hear plenty more. Frank Warren is here tonight, though. Tyson coming in lighter than he did against Julius Francis tonight at 15 stone and 12 pounds. Tyson will be 34 in 6 days' time, Savarese 35 in 3 weeks' time. Savarese is 6 inches taller, big reach advantage, and he's 19 pounds.